Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Black British Parent Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have another amazing guest, Steven from Proud and Gifted. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thanks, and thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate having you too. Please let our listeners know what you do and what Proud and Gifted is about.
Well, first we'd like to say, I'll say it again, I really appreciate you inviting me on, because since the day we connected, it's just been straight love from then, and it's got me here today, so thank you. Proud and Gifted, media company where me and my team, we travel around the UK and we award and celebrate young people doing amazing things. Why do we do this? Because when I started in 2018, the reason why I started in 2018, I could not find a platform that celebrated young boys and young girls, especially black boys and black girls. So we celebrate all cultures, but there was never a main focus on black boys and black girls, and that's why I started it.
Okay. So like off the back of that, why do you feel it's important to specifically celebrate black youth, black children, black young people?
It's important because we need them to see people that represent them in high places, achieving greatness and doing amazing things. And this is not to knock nothing, because I'm from the road as well, but if your idol is somebody from the streets, sometimes it's good, but most of the time, no, it's not. Unless you fully know what that person is doing. And I want to show young people that being good is not an issue. And we all can get in trouble. Don't get it twisted. All of us can get in trouble. However, there is young people that's doing greatness. So if they can see adults or other young people like them in certain places, they can dream and reach beyond the stars. Yeah. It's important that they see people that represent them.
So basically what you're saying, which I mean, it's obvious to us, but there's some people that might be listening to this and think they don't fully understand. Do you get what I mean? And clearly what you're addressing is the fact that young black people especially aren't being celebrated enough, and then there's not enough content for us to be able to appreciate and see that there's young people doing things in our community, right? Because I just imagine often, okay, for example, this is Black British Parent, yeah?
There you go.
And we often get that view of like, why Black British Parent? Why can't it just be for British families? Do you get what I'm saying? And there's obviously a reason why we're trying to focus on a certain demographic. So I guess my next question would be is, what is the other side to not celebrating black youth? What is the consequences of us not celebrating black youth?
Great question. And my answer to that is, in our media, as soon as there's knife crime, some people, I'm not saying everybody, but some people straightly will assume that it's a black person. And that's the reason.
A lot of us are hoping that it's not a black person. Yeah.
Flip side to that, yes.
You're
looking thinking, hopefully not, but...
Yeah.
And that's what's being drilled in our head through the media. So, as you said, the flip side to that is they need to be celebrated in a positive way, then being expected to end up like what the media portrays our young people to be. And we're talking about black young boys and girls. So that's why it's important that they need to be celebrated. And if I walk up tomorrow and there was another 100 Proud and Gifted, I actually don't care. Because there's enough young people for us to celebrate, and if someone else does it, fantastic.
It's more children getting celebrated. Yeah.
And it can never be enough.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do wish that someone else started something, which many people have, but it's to be consistent with it. Let's not just share our young people today and then say, if you don't get the views that you want and you don't get the likes you want, then you stop posting. No. I've had videos that's a young person who I believe was phenomenal, maybe 100 views. But in my world, me and my team's world, that's 100 people that didn't know about this young person. I've had videos where I've had a young person speaking to his parent, not my content, but speaking to his parent, that got like over 6 million views on say TikTok. So we need more people to celebrate our young boys and girls, but you got to be consistent with it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 5 years. we'll get that later. But yeah, I've been doing it for 5 years. Love it. Love celebrating our young people.
That's beautiful. And we love to see it too. Do you know what I mean? To hear what's happening in our community. Because again, like you said, a lot of the time we hear about the negativity.
Yeah, man, it's just
and the
annoying.
negativity that we're seeing is
It's
not
a minority.
it's not, but it's not culturally specific. It just so happens to be in all demographics, in all kind of ethnicities. There's some kind of dysfunction.
But it's still a minority that grabs the headlines when it comes to knife. I'm saying, and that's what frustrates me sometimes when doing Proud and Gifted, that it's the minority. We know bad news sells, but it's the minority of young people who
get the attention.
Yeah, and they're in a situation and everyone's circumstance is different, but they grab the headlines. So to be honest with you, I'm now going to push even more to be that voice for young people to defend them.
Yeah.
Especially in the media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do more like that.
Because I was my next thoughts was is that as much as they want to highlight that minority, they don't necessarily want to highlight the conditions or the circumstances that minority end up being where they're at. Not looking for excuses or blame.
We're not making excuses.
But the point is that there's a reason behind these things. They didn't just wake up and be that way. So, or have those kind of, So anyway, what was it specifically that got you doing this project, Proud and Gifted? What was it that was like, do you know what, I've got to make this happen?
You know what, I've always had an idea to celebrate young people, but like anything, because I tried it a year before I started. I put out one video of just celebrating someone else. And there's me thinking, the video's, as the young people say, is going to bang. Nothing happened. That's when I realized, if you're serious about this, so my sister Esther, when it comes to family, they think, Esther, you think it was my idea. But talking with my sister, I'll never forget, August 2018. She goes, right, brother, find a name that represents what you're doing. And I'm always buying domain names. So I bought Gifted, this, Proud, and then once I found Proud and Gifted, because if I'm honest with you, I didn't want to pick a street name because my vision was always bigger than just picking a name and nothing happens after that. So once I found Proud and Gifted, text Esther back, she goes, yep, that's it. So from August till about November, if I'm honest, I started to watch a lot of YouTube videos just to condition my mindset, like look at the bigger picture of what I want to do, want to learn. And then my son's friend Ron, he was always directing videos from the age of, it's got to be about 11 without exaggerating. So one day I said to Ron, December 2018, I said, Ron, I'd like you to shoot me a promo video. But within that time, I already sourced medal and I personalize it. And on the back it says, keep inspiring. So so I got the medal done for him. So he shot my video in the park. Nice video as it goes. And I turned around and said to him, oh, Ron, by the way, I want to celebrate you for what you do. And he said it on camera. No one's ever given me nothing for what I've done before. And I always looked at Ron as, he was always on the computer. If he come to my house to see, obviously, my son, his friend, he was always on the PC editing. So I knew from time, I didn't bother saying nothing to my son. I knew I was going to celebrate Ron. Celebrated Ron, put the video out, December 18. And Debbie, if I'm honest with you, it felt so good. It felt so good to see that. And the joke was, he was meant to edit the video. It took Ron about 4 to 5 weeks to come back to me. So you know what I've done? Just done it myself. Again, went on YouTube, just because I've learned, just use what you have.
Yeah, YouTube is a school right there. You can learn a lot from YouTube. I
keep telling people, use YouTube. If there's anything you're not sure about, you can pick sense from nonsense, as they say. But so I put the video out. And the look on, if I'm honest, my family's faces, I'll always remember it. I was like, okay. But I put the video out. Next few days, the hype died down. But that's when I realized, I said, Steven, if you can be consistent with doing this, it's going to work.
Yeah.
And but that's what made me do it. I guess the frustration of not seeing a platform to celebrate our young boys and girls. But like I said, I've always wanted to do something, but I couldn't find it in my head until one day, the main name, then, because I didn't mess about to go online, source medals, purchase the medals, got them engraved, got them in a little box. And yeah, it felt good seeing the look on the young person's face rather than mine, if I'm honest. Hearing him say that, and yeah, and my first video, it's actually in the car. I've never even shared it when he held up the medal to say a few words, but in the park, that was, yeah, it always been a special moment for me. And it was our local park where we live as well.
It must be amazing being able to see that sense of appreciation in the young people.
Yeah, man. It's like the second person I awarded, this young girl called Amazing Angel, I can hear her ringing in my ears now. Because the way, let me explain how it works. So I will contact their platforms, and 8 times out of 10, it's going to be an adult. So I agree to meet. I've never met a young person on their own, 18 or under. Never. Always agree to meet them with their guardian or whatever. So Amazing Angel, she was a motivational speaker. She was a book author. This girl was banging. Met them by West Thurrock Shopping Centre. The girl stood there 6 minutes, one take. Exactly what? Just said it in one take. I just stood there. Yeah. And that made me realize, right,
You've got a lot to learn.
Yeah, every time I meet young people, I say to myself, nah,
they're on it. Yeah,
you need to raise your game. But when I interviewed Amazing Angel, because then I went on to the BBC Radio London invited me on, and this guy called Tim, he plugged her book twice on his show because he said he's never heard a young person
speak so eloquently.
Like that.
Yeah.
I kid you not, and I'm in the studio, I'm looking at him, and I don't think he was saying it for the sake of it. I think he actually meant it because he plugged her book again, and he played her recording. It's just seeing, honestly, up to this day now, seeing their faces, like, I'm going to skip just to my 600th award was in, because of my friend Tan, she said, Steve, we want to celebrate this young person. I kid you not, the look on the young lady's face. So
600th, is that how many you've given?
Yeah, no. What I do, we celebrate in person and online.
Okay.
For about 2 years, I don't think I was counting my celebrations that I was doing online, not in my stories on my page. Because what we do as well, we don't just share in our stories. No. I share young people on my page, even if, obviously, I've never met them. Because I don't believe in celebrating a young person in my stories for 24 hours, it disappears.
Yeah.
I put it on my actual page. So one day my friend Gary said to me, but Steve, you've done more than, I think it was 300. No, I think it was 80. So when I counted everything, and obviously it's all on my Instagram page, someone could go on, they could go on there and do an audit, they'll see it. I realized that I was missing that like up to like 300 to 400 celebrations.
Goodness.
And I've never celebrated, as I said, I don't count the ones in my stories. It'll be more than 1,000 then.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so up to date, 3 weeks ago, there was a young set of gentlemen, they're called Next Gen. They had a big event in Fairfields, Croydon. And my sister Esther, she's involved in it as well. And we celebrated 4 young people on stage in front of her. And I kid you not, that buzz is still there for me.
Yeah.
They nominated them, and then on the day, they called them upstage, surprisingly. But the way they said why they nominated them, they done all the work for me, no disrespect, because it's their event, it's their young people. But what they said about other young people, why they celebrated them, it was beautiful. So yeah, so call it 600, but I've celebrated 4 more since then. And
so you don't get resistant or resilient to that feeling of that encounter of celebrating a young person and how they respond to it. It's always a fulfilling sort of experience, which is beautiful. And I think this is a testimony to show that it takes for us to work on our community and work within our community, because without you doing that, there's certain young people that wouldn't necessarily have had the opportunities, not to say that it's because of you, but it is because of you in many ways. Do you get what I'm saying? No, but it's your, but let's be real here. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of the times we're not celebrating our young people enough, but again, like we were saying, it's so easy to look at the negative side of things and then talk about the things that we should be doing. However, when we have people like you doing what you're doing, you know, we need to be able to acknowledge that too, because I think it's amazing
And I
work.
agree with you. It's like, there's no better feeling than celebrating our youths, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe nobody was doing it on that level. So as I said, I created a space that I could not find. Yes, I've had many down days, and it's life, and that's what life's about. But when I look back on certain things, and it's like when I celebrated Amari McQueen, Dipalicious.
Yes.
Yeah, young vegan chef. Met him, and I'm there in this is what, 2019. I'm standing in his kitchen, and his mum Leah's cracking up like, Stephen, why are you so excited? I said, but to me, I'm standing in his kitchen that he does the filming in for his shows.
And how old is he at this time?
Mario must have been about 11. Because he's a teenager now. Is he 13, 14? No. I can't remember his age then, but I'll tell you what, baby face. And then when I'd left the house, Leah called me. I thought I forgot something. She goes, no, Amari's actually crying. I said, why is that? Because he said no one's ever given nothing again for what he's doing. And I went back there, and I kid you not, I've had about 3 young people cry. One parent didn't want me to share it. I still got it. I respect that. But I wanted that emotional side for people to see. And like
Shows how much it matters, isn't it? So.
Another lady quickly called Princess K. When I celebrated her social media, she always had over 100,000 followers. But her mum always was on me from, 2019 again, Steve, I want you to celebrate my daughter. And I'm thinking, but the girl's got like 100,000 followers and whatnot. When I celebrated her, she said she'd never had a medal at school before. And the mum looked at me and said, that's why I told you. That's why I wanted you to celebrate my daughter.
That's an important thing as well, because with the dawn of the time of social media, like its glorification and its attention, and you know, there's questions of how that has an impact on our young people generally, like mentally, etc. And that's just a profound concept, that someone that has so many followers, not that we're saying that followership and likes and all that on social media, but she's got that many followers, but it's still what you was able to present to her and award her.
And when the mum said that,
that's different.
I was like, she goes, Stephen, that's why I want you to celebrate my daughter.
Yeah. I love that.
I always remember that story. But and we celebrated her in the Islington Business Design Centre. And the other thing I like to do, during lockdown, I celebrated one young person online. Never done it again. I'll tell you why. Once them cameras went off, I weren't feeling it. I like to celebrate young people in person, in a crowded room, so that once I've celebrated them, once I step back, that room would come up to them, talk to them, and I've seen young people play with their medals for like an hour later. Because it's their moment. Even though, as my friend said, showing my age, I should do a "this is your life" thing.
Right? Maybe you should,
Right? But someone said, Stephen, and my friend Chink said to me last year, she always called me my surname, she goes, Oram, I'm proud of you. I said, oh, thank you. She goes, no, because you're out there changing young people's lives. And I've never looked at it like that. She goes, you are, because you're showing them how inspiring they are, and as a stranger, you're celebrating them. And I've never looked at it like that.
And as a man, a black man too, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I've never looked at it like that till when she said it.
What these stories, how do you think it has an impact on our community? What kind of impact do you expect?
It has a massive impact because I'm a big socialite. So when I go out, I tell you what, whenever people come up to me, my friends even say, yeah, is that what it's like? Because remember, people can look at it from a distance and not say nothing. But when somebody takes the step to approach you, to say, love what you're doing for our young people, oh my God, it's emotional. Because I'm not seeing what you see, what they see. I'll never see that. I still to date don't think I'm doing anything special because it's not original. But what I do is take pride in celebrating our young boys and young girls. And when the community shows you love, I keep telling people it hits differently.
Of course.
No, it's that love is different. No matter what event I go to, even if I was to come to one of your events, if one person says to me, follow you online, love what you do, ask them straight, their name, thank you very much, and appreciate your support. But the community, if I weren't getting love from the community, I think I'd be in a different place. But the community love,
It's a mad one as well. No, but for real,
no,
it's
different.
It is different because
It's
I think
so sweet.
I think there's levels to it where, without having a negative ego, just knowing that you've been able to serve a purpose and help change or assist someone in their life and make them feel good about themselves, that's just a priceless experience. And you get to do it all the time.
Yeah, because in my job, it's totally different to what I do, obviously, with young people. But getting back to your thing, the community.
Yeah.
Anyone in the community that's come up to me in the last, say, 5 years, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, because you don't have to. And when you do, I know it's a big deal, but I go home in a happy place, because where was I the other day? I was at Triple Treat, big dance that man had in Romford, and I'm walking through, and guys stopped me. He called his friends over. He goes, "That's the man that celebrates Youtham online." And I'm like, "Thank you." Because my friends can't believe how shy I can actually get shy, even though I'll talk to a crowded room all day. But we've all got that in us. But I used to find it embarrassing.
Yeah.
I used to find it
I can see
embarrassing that
yeah.
people used to come up to me and someone says, "You are the same person offline as you are on camera." Because this is me.
Yeah. I can vouch for that.
But this is me. Because I don't believe in being a different person online, because people see through that and they'll suss you out.
Authenticity is important.
Yeah. And they'll say that man, that youth is just celebrating our kids for his own ego. But I used to get, and one day when I said to someone, "I'm trying," they says, "No, stop it, you're doing." And I was like, because remember, the main thing is, like yourself, Black British parent, this thing can't become about us. Because if it does, we're going to lose focus. Proud and Gifted has taken me places. I carried a Commonwealth baton.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, my friend Gary.
Gosh.
I'll big up my friend Gary, by the way. Without G-Wiz, he doesn't like it, but he's my advisor.
What was that about, and how did that come to be?
He nominated me. So cool. You're gonna crack up at this story, right? So I kept getting emails, and I'm thinking, it's in Birmingham. I'm not gonna fill it in. They're not gonna pick me. The final day I was at work, I thought, you know what, Charlie, let me just fill it in, because somebody's gone out their way to nominate me. Filled it in, no problem. Filled it in. Then I got email back, "Yep, you're on our list," etc., etc. Then the One Show wanted to film me to say about my nomination. So I was kind of thinking, if they want to film me, I must be selected.
Yeah, but you don't want to get too excited because you're not sure.
But you made
Yeah.
it clear, no, you're not selected. Cool. Where do you want to do it? Being the people we are, I picked a youth club in Islington called The Lift. Judith, I swear her name's Judith. She's the owner of it, black lady. So I thought, I'm going to keep this thing authentic. Done it in her youth club. My daughter came with me, and the guy said, "We need your daughter on camera." I'm thinking, so do I? Just for that emotional side. She kept saying no. He goes to me, "Make her." I said, "I can't make her. My daughter's a big girl." But I'm thinking, "Rihanna, you need to come." I say to myself, "Riri, you need to come on camera." Yes, Rihanna. I needed Rihanna on camera. So she goes, "All right." But this is before. Once they bring up, no disrespect, big cameras. She goes, "Dad, I can't do it." I said, "It's your choice, Riri." But I'm thinking, "Riri, you need to come on camera." In the end, she says, "Okay." But he told her straight, honestly, you just sit there. We'll ask you one question, which they did. But once they brought out the big camera, she goes, "We're like, Dad, how'd you do it?" I said, "Rihanna, from when I flip into Proud and Gifted mode, it's light work."
Yeah.
Done the interview, then producer certificate said, "Yes, you've been selected." Let me tell you something now. What I really want to say on camera, expression, I couldn't now, thank you. You know, and he still didn't sink it. Went home, told my wife, Lorenz, they were generally happy for me. Then on the day now, they sent you a uniform. Then I carried it in Tower London. My wife went best pleased, but hey, big up Cynthia. She went best pleased by the location. But it is what it is. It still didn't sink in, but I kid you not, that experience of carrying that Commonwealth baton, I think it didn't kick in till...
Was you nervous?
No.
Okay.
I must admit, once I got there, because my sister Esther came, Lorraine, Rihanna, wife. Once we got there, I was good. But then you get there's loads of, and they make it introduced to the head of the Commonwealth Olympics. I'm thinking, okay, no problem. But I think I got nervous when the lady handed me the baton itself and I had to walk around. Yeah, I think my heart started to race then. But before that was cool. But once I took it, because you pass it on, then after that, they selected a few of us to go to the Jubilee Platinum they had at Buckingham Palace. So they made us bring it on stage, but it was actually quite early. I didn't mind. Brought it on stage just to show. I think for the Commonwealth, though, there weren't enough emphasis on the actual baton itself, which I think is a vital part.
And why'd you say that?
Because they didn't want to overshadow, I think it was the Queen's 70th birthday.
Okay.
Which was part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So where we thought that, not us, but we would have seen much more of footage of it around them carrying it around the country, but not really. But I think my opinion, I don't think they went to overshadow the Queen's birthday. But it's the Commonwealth, what she's part of. But yeah, so we brought it on stage. Then afterwards, they then said, we've got to leave. And I'm thinking, leave? There's a big concert going on. Alicia Keys, all of them. you know I got back in. And I found that bit quiet because obviously I met Alicia Keys. I took pictures of them. I'm like that. First I saw Swiss Beats. I said, Swiss. I just carried it back and I tell them all. Rod Stewart was really nice though. Yeah, Rod was, can't lie. I said, Rod, he goes, yeah, you carried the thing, didn't you? So I took a picture of him. Because I had a pass to go backstage, but I didn't need to go backstage. I just knew where to catch him. Alicia Keys was beautiful. I mean, in the way she spoke to me. Because what I'd done, I said, Alicia, I said, I've just took a picture of your husband. She goes, okay, when I finish, meet me back here. I thought, I don't need to meet you nowhere. I met her when she come off the stage. She come off the stage, and they don't ask me, but paparazzi was there like mad. So I just said, Alicia. She goes, come here, my brother. Took a picture with me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I kid you not, even though she put her arm on my shoulder, but I knew, don't get nearer.
Yeah.
A lot of people say to me, Steve, how'd you work that out? It's not rocket science. So I take the picture, but don't come too close.
Yeah.
But yeah, she put her arm around me, took the picture. Again, yeah, but Rod Stewart was really, the whole event, the whole baton thing was beautiful. And I thank my friend Gary for that because I didn't realise how big a deal it was. But again, I've done it for my young people.
But what you're doing is a big deal. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And it warrants that level of acknowledgement and celebration. So
taking me places, I told you, it's taking me places that I didn't dream to go.
100%. So what's your kind of background? What do you do outside of Proud and Gifted?
Outside Proud and Gifted, my job is an appropriate adult. My friends can't believe my work. And I'm a responsible person. But yeah, when somebody gets arrested and if you're 18 or under as your class as juvenile, regardless of what, you need an appropriate adult there. So if your parent can't come, they call someone that's independent. That's myself. And if you're 18 or over, your class is vulnerable. To make it easy, if you can't read or write, sometimes the custody might think, you seem a bit confused. Or you're on medication and you have mental health issues. They call somebody, myself. My job is to safeguard your rights whilst you're in a police station. Love that job. Been doing it for, I think it's 13 years this year. Love it. It reminds you that any one of us can get arrested. A lot of people believe it can't happen to them. Yes, it can. Trust me.
Or it might not happen to their child. I'm not saying it's going to happen to any and every child, but...
Yeah, so my job is, and so what I do, fingerprints, they do their rights to get in front of us. And believe it or not, the law is there to protect people in police custody. I know some people might think, which part? But the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, I think it is, it's there to protect people in police custody. But yeah, I sit down with, if we're going to stick with just young people, I sit down with young people, shoplifting, carrying a bladed article. And
what's the youngest age that you've...
I've had 12 years old. Gosh. But what they do, sometimes they have something called it's a suite. They still interview you, but it's not in police custody. They take them to a different place, but there's like a sofa. Obviously,
Okay, so it's a little bit more not comfortable. But
but it's not a police custody because that environment's not good for anyone. But yes, then I've sat down with young people. Allegation, obviously, murder. And I want to say, if someone's been arrested, it's just an allegation. You cannot be found guilty in a police station. Only a court can find you guilty. So when you get arrested, it's just an allegation. I need to stress this because a lot of people overlook this. Some people think, if you've been arrested, you've done something. We're not judge and jury here. It's just an allegation and you have to be questioned under caution. Only a court can find you guilty, not in a police station.
That's very important information.
That's important. Don't get me wrong, as much as you see me, I love Proud and Gifted, but you see when it comes to supporting and assisting people in a police station, love that.
I think that's important, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight. I'm grateful that you're comfortable sharing that.
That's cool, man.
Just the concept that one person, you, a black man, is working in two contrasting fields, but both with young people, is just amazing and inspiring. I appreciate that. The fact that you're out there doing it like that. Hey family, we hope you're enjoying the show. If you want to stay up to date with all things Black British Parent, we've got the perfect way for you to do just that. Join our mailing list and be the first to know about new episodes, exciting news, and upcoming events. It's super easy to sign up. Just head over to our website and into your email. Don't miss out on the latest from Black British Parent. Join our community today. Now, back to the show.
A lot of people said to me I should talk about that more. I know it will sell, but Debbie, if I'm honest with you,
I don't think about the selling of things.
And
I'm thinking about just the fact that it's just it's not even so much the contrasting aspect of things. I think equally, as much as Proud and Gifted is important, right? However, also at the same time, a lot of our young people are getting into trouble and they need the right kind of support.
Listen,
instead of the negative judgment, they actually need support going through that.
I've been in custody, and the parent who might be on the other side of the phone. I know someone could be fed up with their child getting arrested. I get it. But I keep saying to people, don't leave the system to raise your child.
Yeah.
So I've been in custody. The parents made it clear, if you're there, I don't need to come. Child just slams because obviously it's two-way phone. Child just slams the phone down. From that moment on, I'm letting them know, I don't know your parent. Just don't be too mad at your parent. No. Cool. Because I don't preach no one in the police station. But I just let them know, don't be upset. Your parent might be in a different place, but you have had parents say straight, you're there, I don't need to come. Fed up. I get it. Or we get it.
Yeah, we understand.
But
However...
I've sat with young people, allegation murder. 2 days of interviewing. They get extension because obviously the clock is 24 hours. But if the police have got more investigating to do and they seek an extension, which has to be done by a superintendent, could be 6 hours. But when it's the seriousness of the crime, it could go to 12 hours. So that's another 12 hours on top of the 24 hours. And I see young people cry. I said, can I come home with you? Don't work like that. I didn't do nothing. Tell your solicitor that. Remember, I'm just here in this capacity. But I see young people. I've been watching news like yourself. A young person just got found guilty, life, or a young person that I've supported in police station, resting in peace.
I just appreciate what you're doing, honestly, on some next levels, because it can be lonely for young people. Do you get what I'm saying?
It is. Some young people's their circumstances, their environment. Because we're adults, we now get it. And sometimes I think to myself, boy, there was always a chance that they may end up in this situation. Not saying it was going to, but there's a possibility.
Yeah.
Some of their environments.
Yeah, what they're coming from, what they're having to deal with.
You don't have to have kids to know that feeling of seeing somebody on an allegation for murder. or you see a young person who you've supported resting in peace. And I just stare at the telly like, damn.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the station sometime, I like to say, even if you ain't got kids, but if you've got kids, you picture your own children or your family members in this situation. And you ask yourself just why?
Mm-hmm. I think about what you're saying in terms of parents not having enough, that can't take any of it anymore. And, you know,
I get
which
it.
whilst that's understandable to somewhat degree, I just think about the young person just needing support.
Yeah.
I can't get my head around that. Do you
However,
get what I
some
mean?
get it and some refuse.
Yeah, well, there's that
Like
too.
adults.
Yeah.
But remember, as I said, juveniles,
I appreciate you saying that.
I support adults as well. And I look at some people that's younger than me that look older than me because of life. My job humbles me. I appreciate life. I'm a very happy person anyway. But doing my job has made me realize that. And when you see so much people resting in peace, if not younger, but your age, nah, man, you need to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
But sitting with them young people in the police station, and it doesn't matter if it's a black child, white, it doesn't matter. It's a child. Yeah, that hurts, man.
Yeah, and they have a future as well. And
Yeah,
the thing
we're all
is,
humans.
and also that I'm not trying to judge or dismiss or minimize any situation, but there are I would like to think there's opportunities for rehabilitation. There's opportunities for growth, and making a change, and for the
Somebody's
better.
got to want it though. I keep saying that. Sorry.
Yeah, of course they've got to want it. You
Yeah.
can't force it. But then how can, I'm not necessarily asking this question directly, but I'm sharing a thought. Like, how would they know that they want different until the opportunity is presented to them that they can have different? Do you
And
see what I mean?
somebody is speaking with them, not at them.
Yes.
That's
Do
the
you get
main
what I
thing.
mean?
Yes.
And if they reject it on that even after that, then not fine, but fine.
Everyone wakes up in the end though. Some people say it's too late, but people still wake up.
At some point, yeah.
But quickly, when you see a bladed article could be a knife, it could be anything, a screwdriver, and an offensive weapon. But if we use the Rambo knives, kid you not, I see some knives here that they're getting, say, caught with. I can't even lie to you. Sometimes I go numb because some of them big like your arm. No, seriously, big like your arm.
I freak out just using kitchen knives
Right.
sometimes. So I can't even, when I see these things, I just can't
And what I love
imagine.
about my community the last few years, that when somebody gets caught with a knife in public now, there is no outrage to the police.
Yeah.
We've now realised
Yeah.
they might have had intelligence to stop them for a reason.
I meant kitchen knives while cooking, by the way.
Yeah. We could be intelligence, but to me, that's another knife off the street,
Yeah.
and that potentially save a young person or somebody dying, and it
And
saves
someone
somebody
getting in
gets
trouble.
right.
Yeah.
But I know I'm very big on knife crime, but obviously my main focus will be Plan and Gifted. But I put out a video just for people to know. You can go on my social medias. It was a video around for young people. If someone pulls a knife out on you, what do you do? Just run. That's my message. Just run for your life. If you can find the strength, scream and dial 999 if you can find it in you. But until then, just run for your life if somebody comes at you with a knife.
And what advice do you give to like civilians in the environment that might see something happening?
We've all got this perception in our head that if we see something, but I think it's a bit of a hard one, but just don't ignore the situation. That's all I ask civilians. Don't ignore it and thinking, no, it's not on my doorstep. No. If you see harm coming to somebody, I'm not saying to play hero. Even if you can dial 999, even though we're no police right now, you phone one, you don't know when they're going to come, but that's another story. But we need to be a bit more alert. And if something's happening, you just got to assess the situation. I'm not saying no one to dive in there, but there's always somebody that will.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like I said, we've been talking before, people need to talk up, man. There's this culture snitching. it's killing our community. And I mean, it's killing our community so much that it hurts. But I get why people might not want to say something if they see something. But yeah, it's really damaging.
Do you think the police forces and that kind of industry could do more for people who do share information that can help with investigations?
Yes, they can, but
or should or can?
Yeah, they can, because there is so much grassroots organizations doing stuff that engage directly with the community, that I know the police sit down with them, but I'm talking about sit down with them at a boardroom level, not just a community level. Have them people, like, what's his name? Sheldon. I think he does Gangs Line. Hope I ain't got it wrong, but Sheldon. He's amazing. He just come up with data and facts. What level the police have him at, I don't know, because I'm not in the room. But we need to have more of our people in them rooms at the top. Until that happens, we're going to be talking about this, our kids are going to be talking about this for the next how many years?
Yeah, and it's in over the years, from even back in the day when I was younger, it's been slowly progressing, but it's just at its peak now. There was enough bad things happening before back in the day, but there's nothing like before. And obviously now we have social media, so that
and we're losing generations.
Yeah.
But it hurts. But I do enjoy, and it wasn't a problem to talk about it. Coming to my job, man, it's fine. If I can help one young person on the street regards knife crime, well, I'll do it anyway. But I'll continue to do it because it's just about education. Like, a lot of people say to the young people, "Oh, put the knives down." That's fine. What are you offering them to put the knife down? What is your offer to say, okay, put the knife down and here's what you can do? But a lot of people, I'm talking about what I see, when a young person's died, oh, they shouldn't carry. We hear that, we know that. But what are we putting in place? That's why I say on all my things, you see the mentalities of this world, United Borders, them guys, I have them up here. And big up Sace, my mentor.
100%.
Even though he's not my mentor, but people think he's my mentor. But big up my mentor. It's not about us. Now I can get so passionate about young people, it's unreal. But it's not about us. It's about.
And so we should though. We need.
Yeah, it's about what they do for our young people. If I left anyone out, don't worry, it's not intentional. It's just that there's so much young people. There's so much people doing stuff for our young people. It's amazing. Like, people said to me, Steve, you should come and join our gangs team. No, I'll tell you why. I'm happy to sit there and celebrate our young people because there's experts out there who can do it. And I'm always happy to tap in with them, but there's experts. I don't class myself an expert, but I'm an expert in celebrating and awarding young people because that's what I love doing. Sorry.
I love it. No. So how can families support, like create a supportive environment for young family members to continue on and showcase like their talents and accomplishments, like the things that they're doing?
I said it before, a lot of people won't do it. Shout out your young people. So listen, if your young person has come home and washed the dishes, back in our day, our mum would say straight, you're supposed to do that. But that's still something that they can celebrate them for. There's so much that they can look at. Imagine if a lot of families just built a network, right? i.e. just a WhatsApp group. And between them just said, look what my child done today. And then they can show their kids that, yes, I've been speaking about you in a positive way with my friends. And that friends becomes a big community. Young people love to see that their parents or adults are proud of them. My parents done me well, but all we've done, I think the love I didn't get from my parents to a certain degree, I've tried to do it with my children. I haven't tried to live out my youth days in my kids, but I like to, like, my kids come on, when they come on from work.
Parenting is supposed to evolve anyway. Do you get what I mean? So
when kids come
inevitable.
on, how's your day today? Simple questions. Me and my kids still eat at the table sometimes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we still eat at the table, even though Lorenz wants to sit on the sofa, fine. But Rihanna, she'll sit at the table. But sometimes Lorenz will sit there. And sometimes when they want to have a conversation, I could be tired, but I tell you what, I'm going to switch on because you don't want to have a conversation. I'm not a perfect parent. I get things wrong. I still learn. But what I do is have a good crack at being a parent. And I think it's one of the best things in the world.
Of course.
If you're a parent, obviously. If you're not,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And I tell the community, celebrate your kid. Your child meets you with the shopping, even though that's kind of rare because that's what we did with our parents, yeah. Remember Saturdays?
It was standard things,
God.
carrying them bags.
Thank God my
Jeez.
mum didn't carry a trolley with her.
Yeah, and you used to have them the cuts in your
But
hands.
we can show more for even me. We can do much more for kids around us, honestly. But we just, I don't know.
Have you come across any challenges or misconceptions in the process of celebrating the achievements of our youth?
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest. I've had black people come in my DM say to me, why am I celebrating them young people when they can go on and become famous? I kid you not. I'll click their profile, the pages, I'm like...
Come again? I don't...
Yeah, they come at me and say, why do I celebrate these young people and they can become famous by me celebrating them?
What's wrong with that happening?
But my answer back to them is, it's not my story. It's their story that I'm celebrating to show the world how positive they are. But yeah, I used to get challenges like mad. But to be honest with you, simple to tell you, I thrive off that.
Yeah.
Because to me, you're just a keyboard warrior. I'm not interested in that. But that's one of my biggest challenges. People
That's a
question
mad
me.
concept though. Why would you celebrate a young person who then can become
Recent,
famous?
but when I first started
Of course, no, but it's
up until
still
lockdown,
weird.
No, people say to me, why do you celebrate them? Like, they can go on. All I've always said to young people, if somebody was to come up to you one day and say, I saw your video on this page, proud, whatever, they can't remember it, and they've got a break from it, just shout us out. Just show or if not them, their parents, just show appreciation to say, my child got spotted because he or she was seen on Proud and Gifted. That's all I ask for.
I love it.
But it's not my story. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
not my story. It's not yours. It's their story. And I think it's inspiring. So I want people to see it.
100%. Because I mean, even when we think about like our history, that's not acknowledged enough.
There you go.
So to change the narrative, it's best we start giving flowers from now and acknowledging now. So then we've got a history. When we're not here, there's a history of it.
And I
You know what I'm saying? It's documentation.
That's happened. It's been happening for a few years now. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
Pre
that's
that,
beautiful.
not really, but we are giving people their flowers, just like what you do on your platform. Don't ever underestimate what you do. I know you can look at me thinking, but don't underestimate what you do. That parent thing ain't easy.
100%.
And when people can see someone like yourself and your team look at you and think, lived experience. Because remember, what works for you wouldn't work for someone else. However, I've learned through YouTube, you can become a millionaire doing that. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But at least you've opened my eyes to think, okay.
A perspective outside of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And back to that point of perfect, not being a perfect parent, I don't think there can be ever a perfect
Some
parent.
people think they are. Some people think they're the perfect parent. There's no such thing.
Well, even that concept alone, you're missing something. Do you get what I'm saying? And children, we're supposed to grow with our children, and every child's
I
different.
know
Every
my kids,
adult's
they
different.
will tell you, oh, daddy's on one again. But 5 minutes later, we can sit down and chill and whatever. But I always say to my kids, they hate when I say, like, I'm the adult in this relationship.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. My kids ain't my best friend. My best friend is Errol. Yeah, no, he's laughing. But it's true though. But everyone's different. Some people believe my child's my best friend.
Yeah, no. You could have a good relationship with
I'm
each other, but they don't have to be best friends.
Because when you got to
But yeah,
switch on
fair
that,
enough.
when you got to switch on that parent and adult thing, you're gonna struggle with it.
Yeah.
My kids will say, oh God, daddy's on one again. Yeah, I'm very opinionated.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm right, but I'm entitled to my opinion.
No, and it's a perspective that you've got experience, and that's the point. Do you get what I'm saying? You're a family leader. You're the leader of your family. So I think it's valid the time that you've spent on this planet and what wisdoms you have to share with them.
54 this year.
But equally in saying that though, and you look amazing by the way, really.
54.
But no, honestly, it's like even then, because we're still somebody's child, even as parents ourselves, and we still potentially might have situations where our parents are like questioning how we're doing or going about.
And like my mum was always had this thing, yeah, but I always say to my mum, you got to remember, when you raised me, Sweet and Esther, it was about having a roof over our head, food on the table every day, and clothes on our back. I believe back then, those were the most important things. So some parents did push their kids career-wise, but big up my mum and my dad. I just think having a roof, clothes, food was the most important thing
Yeah,
then.
of course. It's everyone's situation and circumstances is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's coming from different things, and so as
Always
long as
had
your
food.
parents can do the best with what they have, that's what matters the most.
Always had their main things.
How can our community contribute to supporting the mission of Proud and Gifted
Two things the community can do.
and our listeners?
Yeah, everybody, but community. And big up the listeners, by the way, and the people watching. Just I keep begging people, nominate young people. Yes, some people have nominated, because I did hand over my email to somebody. They were taking long to get back, so I took it back myself. But so I still controlled.
What's the nomination process? Go to your website.
Go on my website. And if you want, you can DM us. But if you go on the website, there's a form there. But I still answer all my DMs myself. I did hand it over, but it's just long because it still has to come back to me.
Yeah.
I guess if it gets to a certain way, fine. But I still answer all my DMs. Nominate. I have a GoFundMe page. I need to use it more because, yeah, it's tough when I encourage a lot of people that when you start a business, especially my black people, think of monetizing it from the beginning. I believe we was taught in a way to think about money after. Not all of us, some of us. And I fell into that bracket. So I'm 5 years later now. And yeah, it's a struggle. It's people don't realize it's a struggle.
Yeah.
Anything that you need to do travel-wise,
It all costs.
it costs. But yeah, that's what I encourage a lot
And
of
the
people.
basics, running a website, all of these things.
Monthly fees
Yeah.
from my website. But it's just nomination, and I will get my GoFundMe back out. But until then, just nominations, because there's no such thing as too much young people to celebrate.
How do you select? How's the selection process for you?
It's not even that stringent, if I'm honest. If you send me somebody, I like to know there's a story that we can read ourselves, because no disrespect to parents, but some of it is parent-led, and you can kind of tell it's the parents doing.
Is it difficult to kind of?
Yeah, it's difficult, but I've got to let them know that. Or what I would do, if I don't celebrate them, I will shout them out in my stories, because everybody likes to be shouted out.
At least they get acknowledgement. Yeah.
And I do that. The other time I might post someone on my page, but I'll shout them out. But there's not if you just put down what it is and we can go and read that story. And again, I've got to stress, your young person doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. You might have realized in the last 6 months, they used to be late for school every day, and for some odd reason, with whatever intervention, they've turned it round. That's an achievement. That's an acknowledgement. It doesn't have to be an entrepreneur, because everyone's different.
Yeah.
But
I think that's one of the qualities about what you're doing, because again, it's usually the typical, and I'm not saying those others who I'm referring to shouldn't be acknowledged and shouldn't, receive acknowledgement for what they're doing, but it's only a certain type, like it is, the degree ones, the ones that get a degree and doing exceptionally well through work, or the entrepreneurs.
never started out like that.
But do you see what I'm saying? And like I said, they should get respect and awards due for the work and the effort they put in, because it's a lot of work for them to do what they're doing. However, like you said, on other levels, there's different challenges people have had to overcome, different adversities other people have had to overcome, and they should be celebrated.
And you can check my page. If a young person I was always went to shout out ended up on TV, what I would do, I'd wait for the hype to die down.
Yeah. And then there's a continuing.
And then
it's
that's
not
me after.
Yeah.
I let the hype go, because you've been on TV, fantastic. Everyone's gonna share you.
Yeah.
Great. I'll wait till all that's died down and people's forgot about you. Then Proud and Gifted will come in.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, because it's not their fault they ended up on TV.
Yeah.
But like, there's this young dancer, I think she's a ballet dancer, I think it's Sky Blue. I don't know, take my phone out. She was on, what's the children's, it's not X Factor, it's one of them children's ones. I can't lie, I was shocked when they started to follow me. Because to me, you've ended up on TV, you've been trending for a few weeks, but after that, they started to follow me, and it's not her fault she ended up on TV. I still get shocked when young people pages follow me. It's the weirdest thing. Because to me, you're a superstar.
Mm.
But you're right. It comes down to when the hype's gone, it's back to normal, innit?
Yeah.
It's back to reality. It's back to ground level.
And there's this assumption as well that once somebody's achieved whatever we think is a major accomplishment, they don't realize that, you know, behind closed doors, after that, it can be quite a...
And people forget about you.
Yeah.
Most young people that I've celebrated in person, I still follow. It's got to be 90% of them. I still follow them. And I like to see every birthday they've hit teenage stage now.
You see them grow, yeah.
You're thinking, wow.
That's beautiful.
No, that's cool, man.
I know I've kind of asked you this a bit before, but I think I want to get a bit more specific. Like, what are the qualities and skills that you believe are important for young Black individuals, young Black people to thrive? And how can parents and communities help nurture those attributes?
Right. Okay, I'm going to start from the beginning then, right? If you see that your child enjoys swimming and they really enjoy it, you've got to think about, right, what could I do to push them even more and further? And that's where parents come in to think, right, do I have to get them extra swimming lessons? Yes, you got to pay for it, maybe. But then from there, you then have to show them that it's possible. But for the young person, they have to have belief. They have to be committed and they have to put the work in. And
they've got to, what can I add?
Go on.
That they need to feel like they've got the support and encouragement too. Yeah.
Not just, no. I never forget what, it's the first time I'm going to say this as it goes. I'll tell you what my dad done to me, yeah. My dad took me to school and he said to me, check it, you know, I send you to school to learn, not to play football.
Yeah.
No, the system said I've got to go to school. And imagine if I did listen to him and I went and played football to become a professional footballer. So my point is, don't say what you think is the right thing to say. You have to believe in them and show them that, okay, we're going to give it a good go. Because without belief, without the young person that said, boy, mum's really backing me, or even they think mum's or dad's not backing them, they need to feel that. And you're going to have to go the extra mile to show them that, okay, you might not have the money, but if you think your child's got a talent, like reading, you have to, there's so much ways you can support your child in their goal to achieve whatever it is they want to. But you've got to believe in it as well. Even if you don't believe in it, I guess, you've got to show them that you're believing in them to do it.
And I think it's important as well to add as well that be open to possibilities as well, because anything can happen that might change the course of direction.
Young footballers.
Somebody could be let down.
Correct.
Do you get what I'm saying? Sort of thing.
Young footballers. They go for all the trials, they get signed up by Arsenal. Who else? Sorry about that. But they get signed up by Arsenal, right? But there's still a possibility of they can become injured and career-ending injury. And I've told a lot of people, tap into the young people in sports who don't end up making it because of, if not rejection, injury. There's so much young people. I like to give people things, ideas. There's a big market out there for young people who have been let down or fallen out of love with sport, for starters. Even though there's more than sport and music for our young people, but just an example. Because you're right, they're left by the wayside to suffer. Depression. Anxiety kicks in. But we have got to show as adults that we believe in you, and not everything's going to be free. Example, look at Lewis Hamilton's dad.
Yeah, that story came up on my feed again recently.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's an example that's come to my head.
Yeah.
Look what that dad went through.
He sacrificed a lot. I swear he went and got extra jobs to be able to pay for,
Because he says, okay, my son, he's got a bit of a talent. He believes in himself and I believe in him.
And this is what my son wants to do, so I'm
There's only one thing we can try.
Yeah.
But I bet you if you asked Lewis Hamilton's dad if there was a plan B in his head, I bet he would say yes.
Yeah. But he didn't say that to his son.
No, because the further you get, you start to realise this is fantastic.
Yeah. However.
It's fantastic, but however.
Yeah.
What happens? But listen, the way some people could be celebrated, it can be done way bigger than Proud and Gifted in your own home.
Yeah.
I told you, our parents wash the dishes. Yeah, you expect to do that. Well, not really, mummy. Like,
we have dishwashers now. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, fair enough.
even though I think housework seems a bit of a myth with young people nowadays, because with technology and all other things. But yeah, there's so much you can do. School report.
Reading.
It is
studying.
My niece, big up Avery, when she comes to my house.
Name dropping, I love it still.
When she comes to my house, like they got this new thing. To me, they were going to have a week of exams, but the way the school worded it. But I said to them, I read the report. It says exams. She come to my house Saturday. As she come, hello Avery, blah blah blah. You can do another hour and a half. Oh, but why can't I do it later? Because it's best you do it now. Come later, you might can do another hour. My sister Esther, ruthless for that, along with my wife. Cynthia used to always take all the kids to all the museums in the 6-week school holidays. There's no disrespect to the parents, but she knew that's what she wanted to do. She'd take the kids everywhere.
A lot of these things are free in and they're
London free
as well, yeah.
But reading, I like the way you touched on that. I was never a big reader until I started Proud and Gifted. And I had to text a few people and said, you know, I can see why you lot read. But they said, Stephen, it's knowledge. I said, yeah, but since doing Proud and Gifted, as I told you, I've had to upskill and broaden my mindset.
And reading can be challenging for some people for different reasons, for example, dyslexia, etc. But I always encourage people to gain knowledge, even if it's like listening to audiobooks. It's not quite the same as reading, obviously. But
I still prefer to buy a handbook, a physical book.
Of course,
I won't lie.
But there's some people, would prefer to listen to
my friends do audio, they do Kindle.
I can't do audio. I have to read the book.
I have to buy and read the book.
Physical, I can't even do the Kindle. The digital.
I know it's a waste of money, but I prefer.
I need to feel it, smell it, and touch it.
But I've learned a lot through my people around me regards reading.
Yeah.
I was very ignorant before. And I admit that. I think I was actually quite ignorant to say, yeah, it's all right. But
I'm not agreeing that you was ignorant, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I was ignorant to the process of reading, especially reading your own books about your own Black history.
Yeah. And concepts as well. For example, emotional intelligence, that came to me in a book. That wasn't, a conversational piece or something I was necessarily raised with. It's something I had to study.
Yeah, I can see why my people do it.
Yeah. Looking ahead, what are your future goals and aspirations for Proud and Gifted, and how do you envision it continuing on and making a positive impact for our young people?
I've kind of hit most of my goals because I went to do a scholarship, and I've done that with this lady regards coding for kids. That happened about maybe October last year. And I've really been, the main thing for Proud and Gifted is it will be handed over to a young person, and eventually it will end up in I want my niece, because Avery does help me sometimes, and she's a big person of wearing my clothing. So I gave her this hoodie years ago. Even Sweet said, the girl still wears it. And it's tattered.
I'm looking forward to getting mine still.
Yeah, we're going to
gonna hook that up.
No, definitely. So I make her wear it a lot because she likes it. But the main goal is, I think, me as a person, I believe I've taken it as far as I can within reason. It's about seeing more young people
getting involved now,
being involved and fronting up Proud and Gifted. So the main goal is you'll always see me on camera, but it's be more led by a young person.
I love that.
It's the only way. Yeah.
Young people celebrating each other instead of young people hurting each other.
And I tell you who does that.
Beautiful thing. Yeah.
There's a set of young people on Instagram. They call the Gen Z Club. They held an event last year. It was a careers day for young people, put on by young people.
That's beautiful.
Let me tell you something now. I was in this arena, I was in awe. And one of their friends, I'm going to have to mention it, is called Ty. He has just immigrated to Thailand because he says, and his role, what does he do? He educates companies around hiring Gen Zs.
Okay.
And he's a young person himself. I know him through, I always saw him on a podcast called Energizer Pod. And I see him, but he's now immigrated to Thailand.
That's beautiful.
Trust me.
So we're wrapping up to the end of the podcast, but I'm a movie buff. I don't know about you.
No, not really.
Not really. I wanted to ask you, what's your favourite film?
Oh, my favourite film?
Just get a sense of, you know.
Yeah, one of my favourite films, honestly, it's got to be Snatch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that one with Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vinnie Jones and them.
Yeah.
It's just the whole concept.
The concept, that was mind-blowing.
I'm a big music person.
Okay.
What
kind of music are you into?
My first love is dancehall, then culture, and then everything after that. My downtime, when I feel like I need some space, I just listen to music.
Okay.
Sundays.
What artists are you into in terms of dancehall?
Oh, artist-wise, if you want to go dancehall, Vibes Cartel, Popcorn,
Boy.
Free World Boss, right? Culture-wise, I've heard Chronics 3 times.
Yeah, it's good in concept.
Yeah,
so.
my daughter couldn't believe. She said, "Dad, he sounds like the record." I said, "Yeah." When you hear somebody who sounds like the record,
that's
yeah. So, but music is a big part of me. Sundays in my car, I don't play nothing other than culture music on Sundays and gospel.
Okay.
My favorite artist right now, gospel-wise, is Tasha Coombs.
I don't listen to gospel. I'd more listen to like reggae gospel. Than
Tasha Coombs. But for me, music-wise, dancehall. Okay. But I like everything. I grew up in the 80s, so when all my friends talk about rare groove is not a genre of music. It was created by English people.
I thought it was a
It's not a genre.
Really?
Yeah, you lot come at me. The Sarahs, the Nicks, the Dion's.
I grew up on rare groove. I thought it was a genre. I've learned something new today.
They're going to challenge me?
Yeah, I'm waiting for them challenge in the comments.
Is not genre.
They're coming at you.
They're going to come for me. But they are. But yeah, I listen to all music. But music is my healing. Music is my escape.
I love music too. I can't lie.
It's my escape. I'm not really. I went to see Bob. Have you seen Bob Marley yet?
Yes, One Love. Yeah, I did.
What do you think of it? How would you give it out of 10? I think I know what you're going to say, but go on. How would you give it out of 10?
What do you think I'm going to say?
I don't think you're going to rate it highly.
Only
based on your character.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know what? I think it was a good film. I think it was good because when I went to watch it, I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea. And obviously with Bob, there's
It means he's musical.
No, I haven't, and I want to go and see that.
Yeah.
But I've studied and watched documentaries and read up on him and stuff, and I didn't know what to expect with the film.
Oh, that's fair enough.
So when I saw it, I kind of just appreciated. I can see there's certain things, there's a few things that I question, but I don't want to knock a Bob Marley movie, and I can respect as well that it was a product of his child, so they're going to set it in a certain way, a certain time. But there's room for more. There's room for more.
I think he's the greatest musician that ever walked this earth.
Yeah.
Bob Marley's my hero.
Yeah.
I love Bob. I saw Colour Purple 2 days ago.
How was that?
Yeah, man, that was emotional. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that because it was
deep.
Well, this is I grew up with the original, and I watched.
It's not a bad spin-off. It's more of a musical.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say to you.
But it's a musical anyway. The original is kind of a musical as well.
This one's more of a musical, but I think Fantasia. I think
I think I struggle with trauma films.
No, it cut deep.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
No, it cut deep.
I'm gonna watch it, but I don't know when.
I think if you watch it at home, it might be better for you then. But it cut deep. Bob Marley, I found that emotional as well as Dreamgirls. But yeah, music is me.
I did enjoy Bob Marley. I was highly entertained. I liked what I did love about it was that generally Bob Marley's quite a mystical kind of entity, but this film it felt like there was a lot more personality in there. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I really appreciate. There was so many different levels and factors to take in while watching this.
I think when he went back home and they were waiting for him, that nearly choked him as well because he left because of various reasons, but he's come back now. He's a hero. And he didn't expect that.
Yeah. So again, like I said, I need to watch it again.
Musical's good though.
Really, I'm gonna go check that out.
Musical's good.
If it's still available, is it still available? It's still out there.
No, I don't know if they've gone.
It
was really good.
I was intending to. But anyway, thank you so much for gracing us with your time and sharing space with us. And please let our listeners know how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, we're on all platforms. Even though Instagram's just suspending my account, so by the time this goes out, I should be back on. If not, I'll just create a new account. I'm not fast. They shut me down for copyright. So if I have to start again, it's life. It's not the end of the world. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and what's the other one? TikTok. And Proud and Gifted, what do we do? Celebrate young people's achievements. It's just one of the greatest things I think I've ever put my mind to and started. And it's got me here today. Like I said, I've been following Black British Parent. It's got to be from when I first knew about you lot. And I respect the fact that you've always believed in me. I've had spoken on the phone once or twice. And every time we see each other in public, it's bare love. And to have me here today, no, I appreciate it. It means a lot to my platform.
We appreciate you and what you're doing. It's going to get me emotional again. One last thing, a message for our Black British Parent listeners.
There's no other page or business like Black British Parent. I'll tell you why. Because everything's just real. Nothing ain't manufactured. It's not drummed up. Hence why I'm sitting there today, because I would have declined the invitation. It's just one of the realest platforms that I've come across. You're quite broad, though.
Yeah.
Not you as a person. I'm saying you're.
No, the platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quite broad, but yeah. No, I get you.
I was like, you lot do a lot of things, and it's all for my people. So that's all that matters. So whatever you do, just don't stop. If you get bored of them, just chill, because it happens in life. But whatever you do, just don't ever stop following and engaging with Black British Parent. Believe me, because there's so much. They've told me what they got planned, and there's so much happening. So yeah, just don't stop following them.
Thank you, and please definitely follow Proud and Gifted.
We celebrate young people. Right, I'm gonna ask you, right?
Yeah, my memory is bad.
No,
you know?
I'm gonna say Proud and Gifted. What do we do? You say we celebrate young people's achievements.
Okay, go on.
Proud and Gifted. What do we do? No, let's do that camera. Proud and Gifted. What do we do?
We celebrate young people's achievements.
No, I'm not hearing that. Proud and Gifted. What do we do?
We celebrate young people's achievements.
Thank you very much.
I was trying to remember it when you said it the first time. But guys, thank you for listening. And until next time, take care.